Blessings, my friends, and happy Sunday. Thank you so much for being here with me. It's a very special chapter in the history of humanity, and today I would like to talk about how we can be with that and gain the most momentum possible from this time. Coming out of the last year of going within, being separated, and the introspection that came along with that, the introspection of life and death and kind of our own morality. I don't think anyone escaped that, regardless of what your perspective of the events of last year were. Most of us experience loss to some degree, some of us to extreme degrees. Many of us are in a period of grieving right now, which should never be shortened by any means. It's a very important process. But today I want to really talk about what it takes to wake up in the opportunity of now. And the reason I call it an opportunity is because collectively humanity went into a chrysalis, into a cocoon for an entire year. For the first time in the history of humanity. It's never occurred before, and so there cannot be an expected outcome. And so here we all are. Life is slowly beginning to come back online. It looks very different than before. And because of this collective cocooning, this collective period of inwardness, we are all simultaneously emerging, of course, at different rates, of course, for many different reasons, but we are all simultaneously emerging, certainly this year, at some point. This can only be a catalyst of awakening, a window in which we begin to access greater, deeper gifts within ourselves. And I want to drop a note right now that coming up on May 8th will be the very last Awakened Mind workshop, my love child, my life's work, the Awakened Mind workshop, which is essentially sacred telepathy training to really expand the mind, is growing wings and moving on to a bigger platform. So this is the last time it will be offered at kind of this grassroots level, and definitely at this price. So if you're interested in that, go to my website, shelleyreef.com, and you can link right in and read all about it and find out. And we'll be doing some of that work today, some of that deep inner work in our sound healing today. So back to the work at hand. So the real question I ask myself is, how do I capture the momentum of this moment? And what does it really mean? If I had to break it down, what does it really mean to expand, to become enlightened right now? And so this morning I was gifted this vision, and I would like to share this with you. I'll share the concept, and then in a moment we'll dive into the guided meditation for it with all of the instruments. You might take this time to get your earbuds or your headphones ready and a warm, cozy place to snuggle in. So for everyone, myself included, before we can expand into these new spaces within, we have to first let go of the holding of the past. And given that we are 90% reactionary, 90% of the emotions that we process and the thoughts that we think, the gestures that we give to the world are all based in something that happened, a memory, or it could even be something that you read, something you chose to believe along the way. And now we're being asked to go beyond that, to go beyond the limitations of what was learned and into the expansiveness of what is shown, what is given, what we receive when we open our hearts as a blank palette waiting to be imprinted upon by a force, a source that is higher than us, that is more intelligent than us, divine self, high self. This work is encompassed by and also goes beyond all religions, because there are no boundaries in this. If you have a belief system that you practice, if you have a religion, a God, then that is where you will draw upon to receive this information from Source. There are no boundaries in Source. And so what does it take to really let go? First, it takes trust within yourself, and maybe an intellectual understanding that our brain kind of goes on lockdown at a certain point, saying, okay, I'm full, I have all the information I can digest, and now I'm going to just operate from that. And so to really expand and evolve, we have to go intentionally beyond that. It's a different way of thinking. And I break it down in every different way that I can. And what came through this morning that I first took myself on was this lovely journey, which I would like to take you on now. And so what you're looking for as we travel through this visualization is a receiving of that which is from a source that is greater than you. So we'll be looking for the answers to very basic questions, not received from your history, from yourself, from your intellectual gathering, but received from a source that is greater than you, beyond. This means that we remove our own personalized imprinting and open to infinite possibility. So, putting on those headsets, finding yourself in a cozy, snuggly place to go deep. These sessions are not long as sound healing goes. Our sessions, our time together is very short as sound healings go. So we move fast. And so we begin by creating this beautiful, safe space in which we can move quickly. Cleansing the physical, the mental, the emotional, the energetic, the auric field. Cleansing all aspects of self. And creating a protective light, a pillar of light, a pillar of golden light that surrounds you now, a pillar of golden light in which all that exists is that which is of, by, and for your high self, and which anything that is not as, by, or for your highest good and self may not enter. We create this safe space now, and so it is. Taking that first breath, and following it with 3 intentional cleansing breaths in which on the exhale you surrender powerfully the tensions, the fears, stresses of not only this day, but of life so far. A big asking, and so we call for help. Inviting in now the guides and spirits, the way showers, in whatever form they may appear, to each and every one encircled here, to come forth with brooms of light, to sweep away a lifetime of fear, tension, and any energies or imprinting whatsoever that is not in alignment or keeps you from your own highest good and highest expression in this life. Do this now. Freer now, lighter. Take a breath and observe that breath as it enters the open, free space that has been created within you. We ask that this purification continue throughout the whole of this process today, so that as the distractions, the anchors, the weights, the shadows of the past come up, they are immediately swept away by brooms of light. Breathing your way into the purity of you, the crystalline ultra presence of the authentic, original blueprint of you. Visualize yourself walking on pure white marble, barefooted. You feel the coolness of the stone as you enter a complex of temples, a sacred place. You're called to enter the first of 3 rooms that we will visit today. 3 temples. Visualize yourself now entering a temple that is titled, "What do you need?" A question. What is it that you need? And as you enter the temple, you surrender the need to choose or decide with your intellectual mind that which you need. As you soften into this beautiful inner temple, you open yourself as a blank palette to allow yourself to receive the answer from the perspective of your own high self. Allowing yourself to receive without any mental imprinting or judgment whatsoever. An inspired, intuitive answer. What is it that you really need? Inviting you now to take a breath. Into that knowing, as if expanding space within yourself to hold this knowledge, this wisdom, alignment, attunement. now to move out of this temple. Feel once again the cool white marble on your feet as you move to the next temple. And entering now a sacred room, a temple that is entitled, "What do you want?" A question. And as you enter this temple, you surrender the need, the urge to intellectually, with your mind, with your thoughts, with your history, answer that question. And you soften into an allowing. You allow yourself to receive the knowing of what it is you really want in this lifetime. Receiving it in divine form, inspiration, intuition, vision. The source that loves you unconditionally. And so it is. Taking a breath here. As if breathing that knowing of what it is you truly want at the level of high self, divine self, authentic essence. Integrating, interweaving that knowing. Allowing the knowing of what you need and what you want at the level of high self to integrate at a cellular level, never to be forgotten. gathering close to you all that you have expanded into as you prepare to leave the temple of what you want. With your new knowledge under your wings, stepping back out onto that cool white marble. Feeling white marble under your feet. As you move now towards the final room, the final temple. Preparing now to surrender once again all urge to decide with your intellectual mind, all urge to project with the history, the files and records of you. As you enter now the temple of your own high self. In the temple of high self, we open to receive the answer to the question of who are you really? Surrendering all urge to answer through gathered knowledge, through intellectual thought, through logic. As you open to receive, to be shown, to heard, to hear, receive a knowing, an inspiration, an intuition that shows you who you are at the level of spirit, high self, oneness with all. Let this happen now. intention of interweaving, integrating this knowing of high self, this oneness, with your own divine self. Take a breath. Take a breath that creates space within you in order to expand, to bring in more light, more love, more joy. As you breathe and expand, align, attune, feel yourself drawing into your cellular memory, this knowing, this alignment, becoming one with that aspect of you that is physical, mental, emotional, here and now, becoming both. Time now to move from this final temple, inviting you one last time to feel the cool white marble under your feet as you move into the center of center, the heart of hearts. Simply be here, breathing, living, being, the divine expression of your highest self. And so it is. Inviting you now to feel the temperature of the room on your skin and see the light that may shine onto the tops of your eyelids. See any colors or shapes that appear there as you feel within the vibrational frequency, the cellular awareness of this high self, what you need, what you want, and who you are at the level of your highest being, your brightest shining, your most vibrant, alive, awake self possible in this lifetime. As you open your eyes and return to the here and now. Well, I can feel you shining from there. And that's how we do it. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me, and this journey will remain here for you to return to and to share. This is a wonderful practice to do anytime that you're feeling off, down, stuck, confused, to align once again with your own high self. Thank you. I send you so many blessings. If you would like to learn more about how to access more defined places of your inner being and do this work and really become the master of yourself, please go to my website, shelleyreef.com, and explore the awakened mind. As I said, this is the last time that I will be able to offer it in such a grassroots manner before it launches onto a larger platform. And so it's my honor and pleasure to offer it to you here, my beloved community. Thank you, everyone. Many blessings. Have a beautiful week. And go be the light.